Hello everyone, welcome to Soul Path Guided Tarot for a yes or no pick a card. And as always, we will ask why or why not. So we have 6 different choices today. Your first choice is this black tourmaline. Number 2 is this Amazonite. Number 3, this is your Labradorite moon. Number 4, this is a point. It used to be double-sided, but I dropped it. Citrine, so pointed citrine. Here we have lapis. And for group 6, we have malachite. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The timestamps will be below in the description box, along with my email. If you're interested in suggesting content or you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Also, for personal readings, that's where you can reach me. And just a shout out to everyone who's been booking readings and buying packages of readings. I really appreciate that very much. So thank you. And for everyone, not only for the donations that you leave also, but just for being here. So thank you all so much. All right. So let's all take a moment, take a deep breath, let it out nice and slow, and then intuitively choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Hi, group 1. This is your choice. This is your tourmaline. Great stone for protection. All right, so we'll put that off to the side. So we're going to start with some tarot for this general read. I take whatever flips out, okay? So first of all, we have the 8 of Wands, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. Then we have the Queen of Cups, that's your Cancer energy. 2 of Wands, a lot more fire energy coming through. And let's see what else we have. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Wands. Okay, wow. All right, so the first thing we're going to address in this group 1 is the Queen of Cups. So this is really beautiful energy. Of course, it's divine feminine energy. It has to do with our emotions. This is energy of feeling stable. It's like the energy of nurturing. So it can actually be about, that giving that motherly love to children, others, just very caring. So that person who's always looking out, giving, doing more, the person that you can always kind of count on. This is a lot about, being in touch with your emotions and understanding what really brings you happiness and what it is that you need to kind of feel in balance and at peace. And it's a lot about making sure that the life you have is one that is filled with safety and security. So maybe you didn't come from an environment that was very safe and secure as a child. And this is, I need this in my life. I want this in my life. Cancers need a lot of affection and recognition, not necessarily for what they do, but just for what they give. So if that resonates with you, that is a big aspect of Cancer as well. But really being on solid ground and feeling like you're moving in the right direction. So what makes sense with that is we've got this 2 of Wands, right? So the 2 of Wands is about making plans. It's about making sure that we are moving in the right direction for what it is that we want. This sense of security, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a home, maybe it's a relationship, but it's putting initiatives, energy, thought, direction into what it is that you're trying to do, the path that you want to follow, the door that you want to open, the place that you want to step into, okay? Because again, you're focused on what's going to make you emotionally fulfilled. Now we've got the 8 of Wands here, which is beautiful energy, and it's kind of like if you were to think of a medieval period movie where it's a synchronistic release of 8 arrows, right, up into the sky, and they all kind of land on the other side at their target at the same time. It's very synchronistic energy, helping you reach your goals. It's very much about you have your thoughts, your emotions, and your feelings kind of all in alignment. And now you're going to take actions and they're going to have positive consequences. And then you've got the Four of Wands here, if I can pick it up. And this is a beautiful card about reaching your goals, about achieving your goals. So maybe it's a home, maybe it's a contract with another person to buy a home, maybe it is a contract for a marriage, maybe it's a business contract. This is about really being in alignment with what is meant for you, because it's often referred to as the 1111 card, which means that you are moving into a space where you're aware of your energy and how it affects the things that manifest or don't in your life. And you're really kind of stepping into a greater awareness of your consciousness. And that allows you to be a greater manifester. And then at the bottom of the deck, you had the Eight of Cups. So this is about leaving the things that don't leave you emotionally fulfilled, right? This Queen of Cups is about, these are the things that are important to me. This is what makes me feel whole inside. This is what makes me feel good about myself. I mean, her face is one of contentment and peace. And this is leaving anything that doesn't give you that feeling, knowing that there's something better for you. And maybe for the first time, you being willing, courageous, or brave enough to make those steps towards something that you know is better for you. That's going to make you a lot happier in life, make you more secure, make you feel like, you know, life is going to get better for me. We have the number 8 here twice, 88, so that might be significant for you. 8 is often about abundance in your life. It's also about, you know, how do you feel about yourself? What do you see when you look in the mirror? Okay, so it's a really nice spread of a good balance of fire and water, divine masculine and divine feminine. When we have that kind of balance, we have a really nice synergy in our energy, and it allows us to achieve things in a way that we've not done so before, because we were maybe out of balance. There was something kind of missing. And then you have Waking the Lion. So I just mentioned, you know, some of you might have to be a little courageous and take that initial step into unknown, uncharted waters. Maybe it's physically leaving a place, or maybe it's just leaving, you know, the kinds of people that are precluding you, preventing you from getting into this Four of Wands, right? This place where you're in alignment and things are just kind of now very obvious to you. Like, for me to achieve this, this is what I need to do. These are the people I need to be around, and this is the energy I need to embody. So Waking the Lion, courage, bravery. Whenever we step outside our comfort zone, we need a little bit of this. This always, of course, reminds me of Leo, this beautiful card, and 5th house. So for some of you, you might be very concerned about romance, long-term relationships, creating something new, right? Expressing yourself differently, dealing with matters of the heart. So, we have the 5th house here is how I feel about this card. And then the Queen of Cups is always about matters of the heart. It's always about your emotions. So some of you, this might be leaving a relationship that's been less than ideal and being open to something that's really beautiful, or stepping into and trusting the process with another person so you can move into this Four of Wands. For some of you, this is, really feeling comfortable in your own skin, realizing how far you've come, how much is yet before you, having kind of a wide-eyed approach of, I feel like things are going to be different this year. I feel like things are going to be different now. I've kind of garnered up my courage, and I understand the things that have happened to me. Maybe I had hoped they would be different, but I understand that there was a role for that, and I'm going to kind of step into this new energy around me and move towards something that I really want. Waking the Lion might be waking you, all that you have to offer, all that you are, all that you can be. All right, let's see what else we have. Angel, spirits, and guides. And as I say that, look what flips out. Potential. Yeah, a lot of you have potential that you haven't even begun to understand. You haven't really followed up on that. You maybe even in a relationship, something that you thought you couldn't have, you realize there's real potential there. In a job, there's real potential. It's like the unknown has infinite possibilities, and you have to trust that process a little bit. Seeking out that, these are very secure, stable cards, right? About everything feeling like you're going to be okay. If there's been instability in your life, if there's been a real shakeup in your life, if you've recently had what you would consider a tower moment, this is indication from spirit that things are going to calm down now, right? And you can focus on this new path with this great potential. Yeah, look at that. You're moving into a cycle of increase. And so we have potential and we have increase. So this is just further confirmation from spirit saying there's so much more for you, and to trust that process, to trust yourself and to believe in that. Sometimes it's hard when we've been through a lot of difficult things to have faith and trust, what's unknown, to think that things could be different for us, to think, we're not going to hit those milestones that we're trying to reach for. And you've been working on changing your energy and healing and transformation, and things they just haven't changed much, right? So we've kind of stepped back into the fear a little bit of, is this going to be another time like that, another year like that? Am I going to see any real change? Am I stuck? Am I going to continue to be stuck? And spirit wants you to let you know that, this is a vast universe of opportunity. And sometimes we just have to embody that human spirit of picking ourselves up yet one more time. And I know how difficult that is. I truly do. But there's a lot of potential for you, group 1. And then we have spring, number 11, everything that blossoms. So this is about growth. This is about transformation. This is about potential. This is about increases. Now we have the 1111 card here, and we have 11. This is about recognizing your path forward based on what's really right for you. So maybe relationships that you had or a job you had was really toxic, and that ended, and it was unexpected. And while you knew that something needed to change, it just was, you just weren't ready yet. And, the universe did it for you. You lost your job. That person left. Okay. Something happened that kind of blindsided you, but this is an opportunity for new, for growth, for spring, to move into something that blossoms. So yeah, look at that, what flipped out. Number 3, versatility. So this is the sun in Gemini. So sometimes when we come up against something that's unknown, right? This new energy with this new potential, this new plan, we have to be versatile through it. What does that mean? That means that sometimes we have to come out of our comfort zone. So versatility is required so that we can reach that potential, right? We can reach that end goal. We can reach this 4 of Wands. So all that means is be open to things coming to you in different ways, seeing things differently. As you try to manifest, understand and realize that maybe the way in which you thought it was going to happen, how it was going to look, who was going to be involved, might be a little different than what you expected. Okay? Some of you might have Gemini placement as well. And then the other card you have is Sun in Libra, harmony, number 7. So bringing harmony into your life, okay? So we've got a lot of 11s here. We've got 3 and 3, 33. And then we have the number 7, harmony. So that 7th house is, Libra, a lot about relationships. So harmony in relationships, maybe freedom from toxic relationships, freedom from toxic bosses and jobs, just a time to move on into something else. 2023 is the number 7, right? So this year is a year of change. It's a year of alchemy. How do we make changes in our life that are positive, that bring us an opportunity to make our life a lot more peaceful and happy and successful and secure and feeling like, everything is going to be okay. Angel, spirits, and guides. Look at that. Trust your gut feelings. Let your heart lead you to who you are. Yeah, so a lot of this makes me think, the Queen of Wands makes me think like, who are you really at your core? Waking the lion, that's you within. Who are you really? And when we trust our gut feelings, which is trusting your intuition, that's when everything starts to move into a state of harmony, right? We walk away from the things that aren't right for us. We step into things that are full of potential, where we can increase the good things in our life, the blessings in our life, and things begin to blossom. We're more in alignment with what and who we're supposed to be. Group 1, definitely a yes for you. If there's something that resonates, please like and subscribe. Every month I give away a free reading. It's about 45 minutes to an hour long. If you're interested, in the comment section, write "I enter" and like and subscribe. As you go forward, I wish you peace and joy. Namaste. Hi, Group 2. This is your choice. This is Amazonite. This is hard for emotions, emotional healing, kind of dealing with anxiety, calming things down a little bit. All right, so we're going to start with this general read with some tarot. So let's get started here. What do we have? Okay. A few cards flipped out at once, so we'll just take these. 4 of Cups, 6 of Cups, Queen of Wands, King of Cups in the bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles. All right. All right, so the first thing they're saying is let's talk about these 2 cards. So we have the 4 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. So when we're in a situation like this, it's something that was good, we don't feel like it's good anymore. Something that gave us joy doesn't give us happiness and joy anymore. A relationship has run its course. A phase in our life has run its course and it didn't turn out the way we had hoped. There's something that's emotionally not providing any kind of happiness and peace and joy and fulfillment for you anymore. Okay, so maybe something that felt new and exciting now kind of feels old and stale. So this is also a period of, it's been kind of a rough road, and there's a lot of things you've been working on, and you were hoping that things would shift, would change, would, have provided you with different options, different people in your life, different circumstances in your life. So this is, not really trusting that there's something yet to come that's positive, that's good, that's a blessing, okay? That's a gift. For some of you, it's because in your life as a child, things were very difficult. You didn't get the nurturing, you didn't get the security, you didn't get the fulfillment from the people around you, okay? For others of you, you had an amazing childhood, but in adulthood, things have really kind of been lacking. So you're trying to recreate something that you experienced in the past, and you haven't been able to do that. Or the things that have been missing out of your childhood, you recognize now, and you feel like maybe that's the reason why you've been on this path of things where relationships don't work out, friendships don't last. You don't seem happy with something for a very long time because there's something that's kind of deeply rooted that needs to be addressed, recognized, and then, actually work on letting that go, okay? So a little bit of shadow work here. And then you have the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups. So this is really strong energy coming through. When we see these energies, this is, of course, divine feminine energy. This is divine masculine energy. She is very intense, very focused. There is no one that's going to get in the way of what she wants, what she needs, what she's going to create. And this is someone who has accomplished so much in life, but everything has been very heart-focused, right? It's very much about what makes you emotionally fulfilled. So very positive energy with this 1-2 combination, because it's balanced, right? This is like the yin and the yang. This is a really good positive energy. The King of Cups represents a greater sense of consciousness, right? Up-leveling, so a greater sense of awakening, trusting instincts, trusting your intuition, being guided by those things instead of, outside things or being too much in your head. It's really sensitive, beautiful, gentle energy. And it's a lot about positive, emotional, fulfilling things happening because of the choices that you make. And then this Queen of Wands, this is energy of like, no matter what's happened to me, no matter what's kind of happened in the past, burned out in the past, if you will, that your energy supersedes that and just continues to have you move forward, push you forward. For a lot of you, this is, taking on that leadership role, that person who's the initiator to create something real, really taking on a can-do, will-do kind of attitude. So this is either energy of you embodying this. Whenever we see these core cards, this is you stepping into this energy, or this is you meeting these kinds of energies, going into relationship with these kinds of energies. All right, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, it very much can be. So if you recognize yourself as one of these energies, this is you finding that opposite divine partner, right, that balances you out, that helps you to move on from this energy here, which is very lackful, very unfulfilled. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles here. So Pentacles, of course, means money, because we have the coins here, but it's all aspects of our life here on earth. So this means that as you shift from here to this energy, your world, your everyday life becomes a little bit easier, a little bit more palatable, a little bit more attainable, right? Healing of the heart. Okay, so we talked about what was lacking here emotionally with the 4 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. And now we have healing of the heart. And 23 is 5. That always represents difficulties and challenges. So what do you still have challenges with? What do you still have difficulty? Where is there still pain? Where is there still frustration? Where is there still resentment or anger? Any of those things? Those things need to come to the forefront just to deal with them and recognize them and make peace with them. You know, not always the easiest process, but it's definitely something that on our journey, as we grow, as we move into, you know, beautiful new things ahead of us, there's always a few things that we need to continually, piece by piece, let go of and make peace with. All right. And then you have truth. Yeah, when we go through a healing of the heart, when we try and transcend this energy, a lot of truths come out. Maybe the truth is about the people that we were involved with. Maybe they weren't really what we thought they were. Maybe the truth was about the situation, the boss, right? The people, the friends who we thought were a certain way, but the truth of it, when we have time to kind of connect in and see what it was about, we realize that it wasn't really showing up as its true nature. So maybe there was someone who pretended to be a friend, wanted to be a friend, but they had so many emotional issues themselves that they ended up being someone who you couldn't count on, right? They were one of those people who always was taking from you. Maybe it was that way in a relationship. Maybe you worked for somebody who was a control freak, was super toxic, tried to keep you, you know, feeling very small. So you were very unfulfilled, unmotivated, unhappy. So this is a shift out of that once we recognize that there's still some healing to do and to see the truth of what the matter was. Sometimes when we can let go of the things that are emotionally upsetting and just kind of look at it for what it is, we see it very differently. All right, these two cards popped out at the same time. So we have the spirit cards represented twice, 2 and 3, synchronicity, your higher self, intuition, and manifestation. So this is spirit coming in for you, group 2, about connecting in with the heart space, trusting your intuition. Your higher self is trying to guide you, and that when you start to do that with this healing of the heart, your intuition and manifestation capabilities are going to expand exponentially. Now, we talked about the King of Cups. This is a lot about intuition, right? This is a lot about connection with that heart, and here you have that coming through. So for many of you, this is a message from Spirit about don't forget to connect in with your higher self. Don't forget to connect in with your guides. Don't forget to connect in with whomever you resonate with, because there are some big shifts coming for you in this healing process to help you move into this really powerful energy. All right, angel, spirits, and guides. What else do we have? Okay. Memories, number 6, I remember. And here we have the 6 of Cups. which is memories of the past. I remember. So how do we remember it? With love and affection, with sadness, with frustration. Whatever that is, we need to recognize that that takes its place, its role, its toll in our life as we go forward. And if it's positive and beautiful, then fantastic. Let's take those memories with us and try and focus on creating a life that expands on that. Doesn't have to replicate it, duplicate it, but expands on that. If it was one of emotional turmoil and difficulties and trauma and stress, then we need to kind of deal with that, do that healing, connect in with our higher self, our guides, so that we can trust ourselves better, the truth of who we are, which is this energy here. All right. Angel, spirits, and guides, what else do we have? Okay, so we have romance here. So this is Venus in Taurus, number 2. So for some of you, this is that divine partnership coming through. That is, this beautiful balance. We see the number 2. That's very much about balance. That is very much about creating a nice balance of energies with a new partner. Okay, trusting that this next person is going to be one that's going to be more in alignment with your personality, with who you are in your soul, because you've uncovered the truth of who you are as well, and kind of put those memories of the past in their proper place, if you will, gone through some healing and are trusting your intuition and manifestation. So some of you might have some Taurus placement. The other card that came out is another number 6. So we have 666 here. That is not a bad number. Okay, so if you're not sure, look that up. But this is more energy coming through about being discriminatory, right? Using your discernment as you move through these changes, because we've got the butterflies here, through these changes in life, through the changes in relationships, through the changes in understanding of, the truth of the situation and going forward, trusting your intuition, use your discrimination, use your discernment. Okay, so this is really beautiful energy of planting seeds, let it grow. This is Virgo, so you might be Virgo coming through. All right. Angel, spirits, and guides, what else do we have for group 2? Turn over a new page. Let love lead the way for change. So this is a really nice card for you, group 2, about a new phase, right? Leaving this energy, turning over a new page, a new phase into this energy here, dealing with the past, right? Putting it to bed for many of you, doing that last bit of healing, connecting to your higher self and your intuition, so that as you take on your next steps in life, it's one of a lot of emotional fulfillment. Let love lead the way for change. And that's not only love with another person, but just, that greater opening kind of love, that your heart is open, basically, is what this is about. So healing of the heart always lets you open that heart up. And it's not that you put yourself out there for someone to take advantage, but it's not being afraid and holding back all that you are, okay? So this is a yes for you. This is a lot of positive information and energy moving you forward in the process. It's just showing you there's a little bit that needs to be done before you can reach that next point. But again, I always remind people, any kind of healing or inner work that you have to do, it's a long-term process, and it's something that we can continue to do while we step into these new opportunities, new relationships, new things in life that are positive. It's not like we have to finish one before we're allowed to go into something really beautiful and positive, okay? All right, so that's what I have for you. If something resonates, please like and subscribe. Every month I give away a free reading. They're about an hour long. If you're interested, please hit like, subscribe, and in the comment section write I enter. As you go forward, I wish you peace and joy. Namaste. My group 3, this is your choice. This is the Labradorite. Put that off to the side. All right, so we're going to start with some tarot general read. Just take what resonates and leave the rest, and I take what flips out. So first card out is the 7 of Coins, 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, Two of Swords, Ten of Wands, and Justice. For you, group 3, there's a big change here that's coming based on the fact that there's been imbalances in your life that have been really draining. Okay, so when we see these same cards, so let's start with this. They're giving me too many messages too fast. So when we see the Ten of Wands, this is obviously, this is something that's a burden that we've been carrying for a long time, or it's something that's been draining us for a long time, or it's something that we've been dealing with for a long time. It can be anything from like a long-term lawsuit to a custody battle to challenges and problems with financial things. It can be anything that just is draining, where we almost feel like we're on the beach, the wave comes over our head, and just when we're about to get a moment to get some air, another wave comes over our head. Okay, and this is when Spirit comes in and says there's a big imbalance here. There's too many things going on that are keeping you in a state of reacting instead of, taking the initiative to create. Because why? You have to deflect everything that's going on. You're always having to defend. You're always having to fix. You're always having to repair. You're always trying to catch up. Okay, so this is a real need to make things come into balance with Libra energy. 7th house has a lot to do about any kind of relationship, any kind of long-term partnership, any type of things that have to do with sharing anything. So professional or family or love, okay? Anything that's out of balance in some kind of connection, relationship, partnership. And then we have the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. So whenever we see 22, that's Spirit saying you definitely need to make a choice. You definitely need to make a plan, because it's time to create. So with the Two of Swords, this is your air energy coming in. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, about, she's got this veil over her eyes. We close our eyes, we quiet our mind, and we go within. Now, there's no mistake that she has all these blue crystals, right, for her intuition. So this is about that third eye, that intuition, connecting into that, feeling into what you want, what's right, what feels good, who feels good, where you want to go next in life based on how it feels, not reacting, right? Not reacting or defending or deflecting, but what feels right. And then making a plan, making a plan about the place you're going to go next, the things you're going to learn so that you're better prepared for a better job, the way you're going to go forward in relationships so people no longer drain you and take from you, all right? The place that you're going to live where you're surrounded by positive people that prop you up, that support you, all right? The way you're going to look within and see all the amazing things that you're capable of, because you are an extension of Creator, you're an extension of Source. We all are, and you have amazing capabilities. And then you've got the 7 of Coins here, and this is making a change, right? Alchemizing what's been in your situation. Pentacles is coins, money, but it's about all things that we experience every day here. So how are you going to make a change? And you see that she's smiling because she's like, I know that there's still a lot of work to do, but I know that I am on my way. Before the 7 of Pentacles is the 6 of Pentacles. That card shows someone with 2 other people on their knees asking and receiving help, all right? That's a card of creating and restoring balance and harmony. This then follows that. I am now on that path to creating balance and harmony. Okay, I'm on this path. I have my plan. I'm trusting my intuition. I'm restoring balance in relationships. It can be relationships with yourself, okay? It doesn't even have to be with other people, but there will be no more draining, no more pulling, no more leaving you empty. 24, let it go. So some of you have to let go of this energy. Some of you have kind of, you've taken on this role for so long of being the one who always does, who always gives, and being left holding the bag, that's kind of your persona, and you need to let that go. You need to cut that cord, all right? And you need to step up and stand up for self and let go of anything that pulled you apart, pulled your heart apart. We want to only, when we look at hummingbirds represent joy and happiness. We want to focus on only those things that keep our heart held together in a happy, healthy way and that bring us joy and happiness. And if it doesn't, we need to let it go. Now, if that's a person in your family, okay, a sibling, a parent, I'm not saying cut your parent off, cut your sibling off, but let go of that scenario where you let them do this to you, all right? Not that you want to, but many of you just have very loving, giving hearts, and you try to people please sometimes. We're all guilty of that. And you try and make peace and that sort of thing. But sometimes with some people, it doesn't matter what we do. It's never enough. So we're always the one carrying the bag, carrying the heavy load, carrying the burden, all right? So we want to let relationships like that and those kind of power exchanges go. All right, angel, spirits, and guides, what else do we have? Look at that, happiness. So I just said that hummingbirds represent joy and happiness. We're going to focus on the things that give us joy and happiness, and you get dolphins, happiness. So that is additional information from Spirit saying you're going to move into energy and exchanging energy with people in scenarios where you are focused on happiness and joy and not this draining energy. It creates too much of an imbalance in your life. It takes you too off course. When we're feeling this all the time, we can't see the forest to the trees to follow the path that's right for us, because that energy of people draining and taking from us is way too much. And look at what flips out. Loss. Yeah, there's been loss in relationships, disappointment, loss in jobs that didn't work out, loss in ideas that didn't come to fruition, contracts that fell apart, opportunities that we didn't get. There's been a lot of loss, but this is a new phase of moving into something different. And you have another number 2. So 2, 2, 2. All right, about creating, balancing. And the other card that flipped out at the same time, friends and colleagues. So maybe these are people that you've worked with or friends you've had for a long time who've been really draining. Toxic people, selfish people, all right? Putting you in a phase of feeling like there's been too much loss, disappointment, things haven't worked out, not a lot of happiness, all right? So we need to move, rebalance that energy. That's going to be big for this group. Angel, spirits, and guides. Holy Gate, the doors of pure happiness will soon be open. Again, happiness. That's the third message for you. So this group, some of you have had a lot of sadness, a lot of loss, okay? And it takes time to get over that kind of thing. But this is Spirit saying, with all these 2s in here, that all these messages about balance, it's time to embrace the happiness and the joy. We need to find it in whatever ways that we can. So when we've gone through something that's been really difficult, the loss of a relationship we thought would be lasting, the loss of a person in our life that was important to us, the loss of, our home or a job that we thought was going to be the one, we need that time to grieve that loss and recognize it, but then take a few moments, maybe in the morning when it's quiet or late at night when it's quiet, and say, where was there that imbalance? What was out of synchronicity? What was out of balance for me that I needed to say, you know what, there was too much unhappiness, there was too much sadness, there was too much loss, there was too much whatever negative emotion, and we need to move into this positive, higher vibration energy, which what they're telling me is that with that, we end up putting ourselves in a position where as our energy and our vibration and our frequency increases with things like happiness and joy, trusting and faith, okay, a sense of things that are yet to come that are positive, that thing like gratitude, okay, that all raises our vibration, and we in turn experience things from the universe, from others that are higher vibration, higher frequency, which means opportunities we didn't expect, kind, loving people we didn't expect, amazing things that happen that we never would have anticipated could happen for us, okay? Unexpected money, new opportunities for job, lots of different things. All right, so for some of you, you're in situations where there was a lot of criticism, a lot of pointing the finger, blame, and you took that on, all right? And you might have been Virgo, you might have been dealing with Virgo, but it's time to nurture yourself. Virgo is represented, if we look at professions, by the nurse. Nurses are nurturing, they're healing, right? And some of you need to nurture self, heal self. And then you have charity, Cancer, and I just heard charity to self. So this is again about taking care of self, doing for self, right? Getting yourself on solid ground again. There's too much in this group. Some of you have had a real blow to self-esteem based on some of the things that people have done. So we need to restore balance in that area as well. Okay. This is what flips out. Do not be frustrated. Let go and feel peaceful. Yeah, time to let go of this and find peace. And then you have surrender with joy. Achieve greatness through surrender. So that is that energy of, instead of trying to force something, you know, and creating resistance, like we push something and we push something and we push it to happen, and we do it with so much that it actually creates resistance. It sounds counterintuitive, but that's really kind of how it works with energy. So it's a lot more about, like, I'm going to openly move into a space where I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to focus on my happiness. I'm going to let go of the things that I heard and saw where I was criticized all the time, and see myself in a way that is with love and nurturing, looking at things in my life that give me happiness and joy. That opens us up to be in a state of receiving things in life that are filled with blessings and gifts, okay? All right, so for you, group 3, this is a no. If you wanted your no, you got it. If you want a yes, this is the biggest thing that you need to do, is release this heavy burdened energy and recognize it as the truth of for what it, you know, is or was, and the people in your life that were part of this causing of this energy. And then think to yourself, what am I going to do to bring balance into my life where I can focus on the things in life that bring me happiness, and then go forward on that. And that's how we change that into a yes if you're interested in doing that, okay? All right. If there's something that resonates, please like and subscribe. Every month I give away a free reading at the new moon. If you're interested in it, it's about 45 minutes to 60 minutes long. Please hit like and subscribe, and in the comment section write I enter. As you go forward, I wish you peace and joy. Namaste. Hi, group 4. This is your choice. This is the citrine point. Okay, so put that off to the side. For this general read, we'll start with tarot. I take what flips out and just take what resonates. So we've got Aries energy with the Emperor, the 3 of Cups, the Hangman, Neptune, the 10 of Swords. Let's see what the bottom of the deck is. The High Priestess. Okay. So what Spirit is saying here for you, group 4, is you have something really amazing and positive to look forward to, but there has to be a little bit of a shift, because, so we have the 10 of Swords, and this is the end of something that has taken a toll on you mentally. Okay, it's really caused you to question self, question life, question the universe, question why. Okay, a lot of going over and over again, different scenarios and situations. So the beauty is that whatever the culmination of those things were that caused you to feel like you were all tied up inside, right? That is moving in. That is moving out of your life, because we've got the 10, which is, that means we're starting a new cycle. But for this cycle to take place, because when these types of things happen, they do kind of hang around in our energetic field a little bit, even when we're doing healing work, even when we're doing work. I know that I get people will do personal readings and they'll say, I've been doing all this healing work, but things aren't changing. So the big thing with that is when we are trying to do this healing work and expect change and then things go back, it's because there's still remnants of that old energy that's within our subconscious. And remember, the subconscious is the bottom part of the iceberg, that 90% under the waterline that controls the iceberg. That's our subconscious, okay? So to make real changes in our life, for you, group 4, we're going to need to embody this high priestess. This is going deep within. What does deep within mean? It means the sword energy of the mind has to be quieted. Then when we can, and if it's only in a 5-minute quiet time, in your bed, in a chair, somewhere quiet for 5 minutes, turn the brain off, turn the mind off, and things will start to shift within you because you will start to get these intuitive hits. You'll get a sense of knowing. Things will start to flood in. Maybe at first you'll be like, nothing happens. The quiet is what's necessary. And the more you get comfortable with the quiet, because many of us are very uncomfortable with the quiet, the more the knowledge, the wisdom, the pathways, the what we should do and how we should do it comes through. All right, the high priestess to me is always connected to emotion, the heart, and the soul. This in turn will change your perspective, which the hangman is about. The hangman says, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going to hang here. What am I going to do? What do I have to see? Do I have to hang from one leg? Do I have to jump on, one foot? What do I have to do to make a change? This is ruled by Neptune. Okay, so this is, I have to make a change in my thoughts. I have to let go of what's happened in the past so it doesn't keep me stuck. I have to be open to the unknown and trust my intuition that I can follow what feels good in my gut. If you notice, this light is in her solar plexus, right? That's her gut feeling. It's not in her head, it's in her gut. So following your heart, following your gut to know that this new shift is going to come with your new perception and your new way of looking at things. It's going to allow you to step into this emperor energy, which is what we need after something like this, right? This is the initiative to move forward with great intention and focus in that there's not going to be anything that gets in your way. Having learned a lot from whatever put you in this experience, pulling from that and using that to help you move forward. But there's going to be a no nonsense approach. There's going to be a lot of discernment and you're going to have a lot of energy. It's almost like I'm not going to allow this to happen to me anymore. I'm not going to allow things to come to fruition that keep me stuck, that keep me tied up where I can't move into anything that's positive, that gives me happiness, that gives me abundance, right? And here we have, after you refocus, take some time to change the perspective, you can step into this energy. That doesn't mean you have to go around with the personality of someone who's, barking out orders and saying, get out of my way. It's not that. It's you're connected to yourself. All right. It's the first house, Aries energy, connected to self. But you have some passion, you have some energy, you have some get up and go about what it is you're going towards, which is going to bring you a lot of things to be happy about, a lot of emotional fulfillment, a lot of new opportunities, things that are unknown and unexpected, but are going to be really fulfilling to the heart space. Okay. And then we have Awakening Genius, number 29. Okay, this is perfect. So when we recover from the Ten of Swords and we start this new cycle, when we connect in with the High Priestess, which is our intuition, right? The gateway to the soul, when we start to see things differently, letting go of the past, we awaken the genius within. And when that happens, this is a number 11, 29 is 11, we find ourselves on the path that we're supposed to be on. The people we accept into our lives are the ones that are going to help us to have a fulfilling life. Not that they have to do it for you, but that the experiences and the energy you exchange with those people is positive. The idea when we have relationships with people, whether they're just friendships or romantic relationships is we build upon the positive aspects of each other. We gain insight from the positive aspects of each other, right? We grow from those experiences. So awakening genius. Maybe for some of you, it's going to be you stepping into something where you have some new job that you never thought you would have. You decide to go back to school. You connect in with some ancestral type healing, right? Alternative healing methods. Bring that forward. Share that with others. Okay, we all have that genius, those talents within us. We just have to trust what that is. For some of us, it's just about feeling better about ourselves, so we do better with the jobs that we have. All right, angel, spirits, and guides. What else do we have? Yeah, look at that. Awakening genius, and now you have power, right? This is a card of power, but this is self-empowerment, right? This is connecting with the universe and pulling that power into us. This is connecting with self and feeling the sense of self-empowerment, right? So we can make changes that are things that bring us a lot of happiness, new beginnings, where we can thrive, where we can go forward fearlessly, right? Where we have the capacity to not be afraid to take chances with people. Unless I say that, look what flipped out. Fear, right? And I just said, having the capacity to take chances. Things, making choices in life, not based on fear, but on empowerment. When we make choices that are based on fear, that we're trying to deflect, there's not a lot of happiness. There's a lot of taking what we can get. When we make choices that are based on empowerment and self and trusting, connecting in, right? We have amazing things that come into our life, amazing things that provide us with a lot of abundance in life, a lot of amazing kindred partnerships and spirits that we connect with, instead of the back and forth of all those things that are so difficult that we continually find ourselves in those patterns. So a real transformation that's going to take place for those of you who are in this group. Angel, spirits, and guides. What else, please? Playtime. Fun is calling you. Yeah, so for some of you, this is about kind of just lightening up a little bit. This has been really draining. So it's time to take some time just to enjoy life. Maybe it's go to a concert. Maybe it's pick up an instrument. Maybe it's get out in nature. Maybe it's go on a vacation. But there's something that you need to do to lighten your energy, because there's been a lot of dense energy around you. And it's time to let that go. Whenever we see sevens, that's about change. That's about shifting. That's about transmuting. So when we can move into a space of play, laughter, happiness, okay, that's all positive energy that impacts our energetic field and really does help us change our disposition, which changes our energy, which changes the outcome. And then you have number 4, Cancer here with Mercury, intuition. And we've got the High Priestess here, which is all about intuition. So that's twice for you, group 4. A lot of messages here about changing your perspective by going within, all right? We've got 44 here, so that might be an important number for you. Cancer coming through a couple of times here, so definitely want to take some time to maybe meditate. If you're not a meditator, get out in nature. That's the next best thing you can do to meditate. It's very healing to the body and to the emotions. Simple pleasures. Look for beauty that's all around you. So that goes back to the playtime, the things. So this group, you really need to be able to lighten your vibration and move into something that's really positive. And then you have self-creation. Be the author of your own life. Yeah. So this 10 of Swords, a lot of times, this is, things that are happening to us because of other people or other situations. So we want to be able to create something different for ourselves. So this is that empowerment message again. Power, intuition, simple pleasures, playtime, the genius within you, all right? All those talents you have, all those inner knowing, all that amazing energy within each and every one of you will begin to surface more and more than ever before, okay? So this is a yes for you. There are aspects in here that show you what you've been through, but the vast majority of this is, you just making shifts in the way you see things. And sometimes, we need to fake it a little bit until it actually is a reality. So we can talk to ourselves in an empowered way. I'm harnessing my full potential. I am focused on my personal growth. I am focused on making myself happy. And then we do small things to make those changes. Even those things can kind of make big changes in our life, okay? All right, so this is a yes for you. If something resonates, please like and subscribe. If you're interested in the free reading I give away every month at the new moon, please hit like and subscribe and put I enter in the comment section. As you go forward, I wish you peace and joy. Namaste. Hi, Group 5. This is your choice. This is a lapis. It's got a lot of gold fleck in it. It's pyrite. Be grateful. Be present. Okay? Maybe some of you resonate with Eckhart Tolle. It's definitely something he talks about a lot. All right, so let's take what flips out in tarot and get started for this general read. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, Strength, Leo. Oh my gosh, look at all this major arcana. The World, amazing. 3 major arcana. And then the King of Coins on the bottom of the deck. Look at you. All right, Group 5. All right, so a couple of things. So first of all, this is Jupiter energy. We talked about that. So Jupiter is about expansion. A lot of times it's expansion through connection to the cosmos, connection to the universe, an awakening, some kind of catalyst that, you went through that kind of prompted your spiritual awakening, a lot of growth. Sometimes this is Jupiter has to do with addictions. So maybe overcoming an addiction. No, it doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol. It can be, but it could be food. It could be the way you speak to yourself. It could be codependent relationships, freeing yourself from that. Okay, so really positive energy about a new cycle beginning. So beautiful. Then we have the Strength card. This is Leo energy, so you might be Leo. The Strength card talks about having the tenacity and the resilience and being connected to your heart, because you can't be in a state of being strong without having some kind of internal connection to your heart, your intuition, and your soul, okay? So this is you being guided and prompted by the universe and the divine around you. But this is also you reaching in and moving forward with strength and courage and bravery. So that's beautiful energy. And then we have the World here. This is Saturn energy coming through. This is about completion, self-mastery, right? Victory. This is about overcoming. And you've got the fixed signs here, right? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Beautiful. You can think of this as, mastering the 4 elements, mastering the 4 directions, and then moving into the King of Coins. So this is a king who has acquired much. This is a king who knows how to deal with energy, circumstances, situations to create an abundant life in all of its ways. So that life that we experience every day here, jobs, family, home, health, all of those things, money, right? They're not anything that we're lacking in. These are all things that are in a very harmonic, right? It's very conducive to the different things that we experience, and we end up being really great creators. So what I love about this is that you see that in these energies, in this mastery energy of these 3 arcana, you end up being someone who receives a lot in the material world, in our 3D world, right? So this is about learning from our experiences, building upon them, growing, expanding, completing, being brave and courageous, and then being that person who creates stability in our long-term life, reaches our goals. For those of you who are trying to create a public image or a platform, doing that. For those of you who are trying to create some kind of new structure or improve your status or your career, that's you reaching that. Okay, so very positive. All right, let's see what else we have. And you have 34, opening to discovery. Yeah, so this is you seeing beyond the illusion, seeing beyond what you hear in the collective, in the media. This is you believing there's something more. This is you following your heart, following your dreams, trusting your intuition, knowing that within you, you've got the key to unlock, the beauty and the blessings and the gifts. 34 is a 7. That's being able to change things that aren't positive, that aren't helpful, that aren't profitable, that aren't expansive, into things that are. Okay, this is about change. So open to discovery, being open-hearted, being open-minded, really beautiful. And the other card that flipped out for you is another number 7, 25, birds of a feather. So 77, that's a powerful number about the divine stepping in to help you. This is a powerful number about change, right? And I said this is like a new beginning, having gone through this wheel of fortune. So very beautiful. Angel, spirits, and guides. What else do we have? So isn't this interesting? You have openness, and this was open to discovery. So a lot of you have been really open about what can come towards you, what can change your life, being open to opportunities, being open to thinking differently, being open to different help, really open-heartedness, which when that heart is open, beautiful things flood into it. A lot of abundance comes into your life with, money aspects, home, career, right? Because Capricorn energy, 10th house. So really beautiful. And then the other card you have here is miracles. So miracles of all sizes coming through, things that you never thought could happen for you. Maybe you're the first one to go to college. Maybe you're the first one to leave, an area of the world that was kind of challenging and go off on your own. Maybe you've overcome some toxic relationship and you're finally on solid ground. Maybe someone extended a helping hand through new community to help you see things differently and create a new life for yourself. But beautiful information coming through from spirit about all the beautiful things in your life. All right, angel, spirits, and guides. And then you have family. So this might be an opportunity to start a new family. This might be connecting with community, birds of a feather, right? That's people of like-mindedness, and you are tied to them as if you're family. This is about, for some of you, finding love and creating a family, long-term stability in that family life. And the other card that flipped out is the healing light. So healing that's taken place here. When we've gone, and when we get the world, we've gone through it, right? We've gone through the different phases, the challenges. It's the end of the major arcana. So what it teaches us is that through spiritual growth and awakening, we are much better at refining how we alchemize the experiences that we have so that we can attain greater things in life. King of Coins. Angel, spirits, and guides. What else do we have, please? Group 5. We have the threshold, number 1. So we talked about new beginnings. Shall you dare? Yeah. Threshold. Opening the door to discovery, open to possibilities, open to miracles. So starting over, shall you dare? This is you being courageous. We talked about having that strength, right? Whenever we go beyond what we're used to, what's familiar, what we have to do to transform out of this old energy into one that's victorious, right? Because in the world, she's actually in a wreath of victory, a victory wreath, right? We have to be daring, strong, brave, courageous, and step through. So some of you might physically be moving from some place, somewhere else, for a new opportunity, a new life, a new job, even for, another person that you're in a relationship with. And then look at that beautiful optimism, Sagittarius moon. Love that, okay? Yeah, being optimistic, being open. I love that for you. And look what else you have at the bottom of the deck. 3, excitement. Look at that, Mercury in Gemini. Being excited about it, looking forward to it. Miracles, love that. All right, angel, spirits, and guides. What else do we have for group 5? And remember, your little stone said, be grateful on this side, and it said, be present. That's perfect for this spread. Absolutely perfect. And then way of faith, let faith be your guide. Yeah, when you have been through some things and you're stepping forward into something, you have to have faith. You have to be optimistic. You have to trust in the divine. You have to trust in self. And this is you having shown that you've demonstrated that. So this is a really nice yes for you, group 5. Really beautiful. All right, so if something resonates, please like and subscribe. Every month I give a free reading away at the new moon. They're 45 to 60 minutes long. You can ask up to 3 questions. If you're interested, hit like and subscribe, and in the comment section write I enter. As you go forward, I wish you peace and joy. Namaste. Hi, group 6. This is your choice. This is the malachite. Put that off to the side. Okay, let's start this general read with some tarot, and we'll take what flips out. Okay, Ace of Coins, Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Star. Wow. Bottom of the deck is 3 of Wands. All right, so let's move this over here. Get everything in the camera. All right, so we have Earth energy, divine feminine energy. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. This is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, air. This also is air energy, Aquarius. And we have the 3 of Wands, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay, so I think this group has a lot of really interesting things to look forward to. So what I love is when I see these cards together, okay? Because this shows that there has been such a shift in your consciousness, your thoughts, okay? The fact that you are even looking at tarot and oracle says that you're open to something more, all right? And we're all at varying levels of that along our journey. But for some of you, this is just really finally stepping into this greater sense of awareness, awakening, understanding, and being open and having a little bit of trust going forward in the universe, because there has been something in your life that has caused there to be some healing that had to take place. And so what that looks like for each of you is different, because this is a general read. But there is always healing that takes place when we see the Star card. Aquarian energy is that energy of kind of opening up, in my mind, and being a kind of a free spirit, right? Being a little bit more open. And then that is represented here because with that Star energy, that's what you have to be. You have to be a little less rigid. You have to be a little bit more open and see the light, see the blessings, see the good, all right? When we see these cards, we see that, you know, she's pouring water out of these jugs. These jugs represent a balance that needs to occur, right, within ourselves, because she sits in the pool of consciousness. And with that, we have great opportunity for something amazing, something new, something different, something that we want, something that we've been waiting for, praying for, hoping for, meditating on, trying to manifest. And Spirit comes in and says, you have done so much. It is now time for you to step into this new phase in life where maybe it's something in the material world that you're looking for, because we have the Ace of Pentacles. So you've got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Both represent Spirit coming in and saying, the energy is now, the time is now. We recognize all you've accomplished, all you've done. We want to help you. Be open. Meet us halfway. We will help you improve your life, right? These are our thoughts. This is information, whether it's external or internal, shifting and changing to meet this consciousness. This then creates a greater 3D life, a greater life on earth. Why? Because when our thoughts change, our energy change, our outcome and consequences change. A powerful energy. The Knight of Swords represents this energy coming in sooner than later. So be aware, signs of synchronicity, communication, things that kind of come out of nowhere and you're not expecting it, an email, a communication via a phone call, a DM, something you hear or see that seems really synchronistic and you keep hearing it again, that's a sign or synchronicity to follow that. And then we have the Three of Wands, things coming into place, the things that you desire, the things that you want to be involved in, jobs, home. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to create? A new business, a different life for yourself, a different life for your family, a new opportunity, anything, right? This is about what you're excited about, what you have passion about, what it is that you want to be. Do you want to be an artist? Do you want to be a dancer, right? Do you want to work with animals? Do you want to be a healer? It's coming. Angel spirits and guides. Yep. The uncharted sea, number 10. So this is about that new beginning. So you have 1, 1, 1. Okay, so that's about new beginnings. 111 is about you being on the right energetic frequency so that things that you want to manifest happen. It's a powerful time of manifestation when we see 111 and 1111. Be open to going in an uncharted, unknown way, right? Take a different direction. Trust spirit. This bird is, floating along on this little boat versus flying. Trusting that the current and the universe is going to take them to this new beginning. And then tender embrace. So for some of you, this is about a new relationship. For some of you, this is about creating something really beautiful, because 22 is about creating, manifesting, building, taking initiative, okay? But it can also be about a really divine connection with another person, new beginning in a relationship. All right, let's see what else we have. Angel spirits and guides. What else? So we see lots of 111s. We see lots of 2s. Then we have abundance. So abundance can be money. It can be love. It can be a sense of self, a greater connection to the divine. It can be amazing things that are coming into your life to make your everyday life better, easier, more fun, right? It can be so many different things, but we have a lot of abundance coming through with this group. And there's been a lot of transformation that's taken place. And we have the star here, so we know that to be true, right? You've done a lot of work. Some of you have kind of been in solitude or isolation. Maybe it's not all the time, but, taking some time each day to try and connect into the universe, to connect in with yourself, to find your true path, to find what makes sense, what's right for you. All right, but a lot of amazing things coming for this group through a lot of inner work. Yeah, and that has, for some of you, it had to happen because of the deception. So whenever we see the star card, that represents healing also. So you may have had to heal from a deceptive relationship, okay? You may have had to heal from a deceptive relationship. You may have had to heal from just people around you who were pretty negative or toxic, and let those people go, right? See things for what they were, the truth of what things were. Moving away from that. Okay, so I mentioned some of you may have been kind of spending some time alone in solitude, and then you get solitude 26, alone with myself. So some of you have done some kind of take time away from relationships and people. Some of you have gone kind of on I'll call a metaphorical walkabout, where you can kind of connect in and have some time to see what it is that feels right to you, heal some things, work on some things. But that solitude message came through twice, so that's definitely something for one or two of you here for sure. All right, that certainly has helped with the transformation and the healing and opening you up to these new energies with this Ace of Coins and the Ace of Swords. So some of you spent a fair amount of time dealing with some things. Some of you were on kind of a darker path, darker energy from deception and pain in the past, and you're coming out of that moving into that light that we talked about at the beginning with the star card. Okay. Whenever we go through anything like that too, it transforms us, whether we were asking for it or not. And that's just how it goes. All right, and then this flipped out, Sagittarius with Mars domination. So maybe somebody in your life was really dominating, really negative, really pushy, really controlling. Could be a romance, could be in business, all right? But that's really very suppressive, oppressive energy that you needed to break out of. So good for you on that, for you group 6. And then influence, so we have Mercury in Libra. The people in your life, the relationships in your life, they need to be positive, uplifting, supportive. So that's why you have this tender embrace, uncharted. See, this might be something new for many of you, right? Having different people that vibe with you based on an openness, loving, not controlling, not deceptive, not manipulative, not toxic, okay? Again, business or relationship, but you do have tender embrace here, which represents beautiful relationships. All right, angel spirits and guides. And you know, when we see the coins, this is always about money, but it's also about anything here that we deal with. So that includes relationships. Heart of the matter, align life's pathway through the heart. Yeah, and that again is that star card and that transformation. You've got the solitude because that's how we find our pathway. We go within, we do the healing, we embrace the transformation. We meet spirit halfway with these aces, and then we step into a life that's abundant in many, many ways. And the other card is live in the moment. What you are looking for is with you. So sometimes we look outside of ourselves for what we need, when what we need and information wise and energy wise, it's in us. Sometimes it's just bogged down by layers of experiences and energy that might be a little heavier and denser, and we need to free ourselves from that and connect in, and then we're ready to move on. Okay, so this is a really nice yes for you group 6. If there's something that resonated, please like and subscribe. Every month I give away a free reading at the new moon, 45 to 60 minutes long. You can ask 3 questions. If you're interested, hit like, subscribe, and in the comment section write I enter. As you go forward, I wish you peace and joy. Namaste.